Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a great hand of applause to Governor Sandoval.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very, very much for the honor of participating in your national convention. On behalf of the people of Nevada, it is my distinct privilege to welcome you to one of America's greatest cities, Las Vegas. And I trust that we have treated you very well. Now, as Nevada's governor, I celebrate every visitor and every convention. But the LULAC meeting here this week is particularly special to me. LULAC is the most widely respected Hispanic civil rights organization in the United States. And you have come 20,000 strong to Las Vegas. Now, as Nevada's first Latino governor, I've always admired how LULAC creates and develops opportunities for Hispanics where they're needed most. This admiration comes from childhood, and I'll talk a bit about that in a moment. Your theme this year, Lifting Our Voices Through Civic Participation, is perfect for the national conversation on comprehensive immigration reform that is occurring as we speak in the nation's capital. You've all heard, and I want to see a show of hands, how many of you have heard the slogan for Las Vegas, "What happens here stays here"? Yeah. Now, I'm proud to say that because of your commitment to our future, what happens at this convention this week will not stay here, and in fact will be felt by millions of people across the United States. Now, LULAC does not exist to advance its own interests, rather to advance the economic condition, educational attainment, political influence, housing, health, and civil rights of the Hispanic population of the United States. I applaud your mission and share similar goals for Nevadans and every American today and tomorrow. Now, as I mentioned, my participation in the LULAC convention is very personal for me. Not only is today an opportunity to share with you how Nevada is taking a national leadership role with regard to your issues, but also a chance for me to complete an aspiration that my father could have never imagined 30 years ago. Now, I'm extremely proud of my Hispanic heritage and my parents. My father was one of 10 children. My mom, she grew up in a two-room house. He was a technician, she was a secretary. They taught me the values that define our Hispanic heritage at its core: honesty, respect, hard work, faith, and loyalty. Now, a lot of people don't know this about me, but my first job as a young boy, 9 years old, was cleaning sheep pens in Sparks, Nevada. Now, my family jokes that it was really good preparation for the job that I have now. But I used the money I earned from raising sheep to buy my first car and put myself through college. I was, and I am very blessed. I've been allowed to realize my greatest ambitions. Now, I assure you, as I raked those lamb pins, it never occurred to me that I would one day grow up to be governor of the great state of Nevada. So when it comes, thank you. So when it comes to opportunity, no one has more to be thankful than me. My family is living proof that the American dream is alive and well, an honor that makes us both proud and humble at the same time. In fact, some 35 years ago, my father belonged to LULAC. So when I received this invitation, I vaguely remembered that, and so I called him and asked him why he had joined LULAC so many years ago. He told me that he hadn't thought about LULAC for many years, but even then, in the late 1970s, he wanted something more for Hispanics and more opportunity for my brother, sister, and me. He even told me that he had come to Las Vegas for a seminar so many years ago, just like all of you. Now, of course, he never thought his son would someday become governor, and heck, he was just hopeful that I would get through college. But what he wanted is what we still fight for and strive for today: the opportunity for you, your son or daughter, your friend's son or daughter, or those millions of people across the USA who are counting on us to make sure that the window of opportunity always remains open to everyone. Now, if there's anything that keeps me up at night, it is the desire that the next generation have the same opportunities that I had. I might be biased, but I can't imagine a better place for LULAC's National Convention than Las Vegas, Nevada. It's right here that LULAC's mission is seeing its greatest fulfillment. We have great Hispanic leaders here. Catherine Cortez Masto is our Attorney General. Mo Dennis is our Senate Majority Leader. Ruben Kewin is the Senate Majority Whip and Chairman of the Senate Committee on Revenue and Economic Development, and I see him here today. If you'd please stand. Another person that is with us today, Olivia Diaz, is an Assemblywoman and Chief Deputy Whip of the Assembly. Where are you, Olivia? Lucy Flores, an Assemblywoman and Chief Deputy Whip of the Assembly. Irene Bustamante Adams, an Assemblywoman and Chairwoman of the Taxation Committee and leader of the Hispanic Caucus. Richard Carrillo is an Assemblyman and Chairman of the Assembly Transportation Committee. And Teresa Benitez Thompson is an Assemblywoman and Chairwoman of the Assembly Government Affairs Committee. Great leaders in a great state. Now, it was my honor to work with each of them on several landmark pieces of legislation that match up quite well with the goals of LULAC. First, we strengthened education. I want to share with you some statistics. Here in Clark County, over 50,000 students are English language learners, and 75% of them are underperforming in reading, and more than half are underperforming in math. The graduation rate amongst Hispanics hovers around 50%. Now, to help turn the tide for the first time in the history of Nevada, as part of my budget and working with the legislature, I included a $50 million investment dedicated specifically for ELL performing for students in Nevada. In addition, we included another $80 million for all-day kindergarten in over 200 schools and reduced class sizes in kindergarten from 26 to 21. And I wish Senator Dennis could be here today, because I was proud to sign a bill that he sponsored that made Nevada the 8th state in the United States of America to authorize driving privilege cards. This new law will allow undocumented immigrants to obtain driving privileges and ensure that more drivers are insured and aware of the traffic rules and regulations. We estimate that 60,000 individuals will apply, which will make our roads safer. This law is good for everybody. Also working with our legislators, I signed into law several other legislative measures that make our community safer, including stricter governance of notarios, expanded opportunities for legal interpreters, and an anti-human trafficking bill. It was a historic legislative session. Thank you. And I applaud the legislators who sponsored these bills, as well as the bipartisan way we work together to improve the quality of life for our community and for all Nevadans. Now, a successful legislative session was critical because the recent economic crash hit Nevada harder than any other state, and quite frankly, it hit Nevada's Hispanics harder than any other group. But like all Nevadans, we have persevered. A state like ours is not easily beaten. If anyone can weather a national storm, it's a Nevadan, and we are beginning to prosper again. Our unemployment rate has improved faster than any other state in the country. Our sales tax revenue has improved for over 30 straight months, and housing values have increased more than any other place in America. Now, the list of companies that are looking to relocate to Nevada, I used to be able to fit on a little Post-it note, and now it fills, I just checked my last list, over 10 pages. Now, we realize in Nevada that our future will not look like the past, and we are diversifying our economy in ways that no one could have ever imagined 10 years ago. As Nevada recovers, I'm looking to broaden our global footprint while establishing important relationships for the future. I was very honored to lead first ever Nevada trade missions to China, Korea, and Canada. However, for the first time in our state's history, Nevada will look south for a trade mission to open the doors of trade with Mexico. Our delegation will meet with Mexican business groups, governors, cabinet members, and even the president to forge a bond with the great country of Mexico that other states will only hope to mimic. It's an honor to lead this effort, and I'm excited to be a part of it. We depart on July 12th, just in a few short weeks. Now, it's my hope that by offering economic prosperity, improved education, and strong safety and security, Nevada will become the state where people will come to build a better life. Nevada, for many years, was the fastest growing state in the Union. When you come here, and I hope you've learned this from your visit this week, it does not matter where you're from or who you know, only how hard you work and what you can do. Strangers become colleagues, neighbors, and friends. I call it the Nevada family. We have a ways to go to get where we need to be, but I'm confident that we will get there. And as I've told many audiences as I speak who come from across the country, if Nevada was a stock, I'd buy it now. Now, in closing, thank you. I'd also like to take a moment today to call upon Congress to comprehensively reform our immigration system. I realize there are differing views and various amendments, but I know firsthand from working with two democratically controlled houses of the legislature that anything is possible and that we can come together and get immigration reform that is good for both parties and good for America. Now, as a federal judge in my previous life, my happiest moments on the job were when I presided over the citizenship ceremonies. And I used to say at the end of those ceremonies, it was the only day that everybody left court with a smile on their face. But I've seen firsthand as governor the strength and hope that immigrants bring to the great state of Nevada. We are all Nevadans, and I'm proud to serve as their governor. But there's still much more to accomplish. But I offer you all this. I'm a living witness that anyone of your children can become anything they want to be. As I grew up, I never dreamed that I would one day speak at the same event as the Vice President of the United States of America. We must all enjoy an open field and a fair chance in the race of life, with all of its struggles, its highs, and its lows. The future is worth fighting for, and I stand ready to work with all of you, to work with LULAC, to secure a better day for America. Thank you very much for coming to Las Vegas and the privilege of speaking today. God bless all of you. God bless the great state of Nevada, and God bless the United States of America, the greatest nation on earth. Thank you.